a couple months ago, I think, a month or two, I did a review on this inflator from ETENWOLF, and I really liked it. And I've been using it quite a bit. I've kept it in the back of my Yukon for anytime we've traveled. And recently we went on this big road trip up to Michigan, whole family, packed the truck full of everybody's gear. It was pretty packed. Combination work trip plus personal trip with visiting family and friends, and then picked up a trailer from a buddy of mine and brought a new project home. And so I had a lot of tools and equipment along with all of our regular vacation gear, and this was in that mix, but it was a full. Cornelius was weighed down a bit. We had a lot of stuff in there. ETENWOLF has a new version of this. It's the S3, and it's a much smaller form factor, and they sent this to me to try out. Kind of wish I'd had this on that trip, because I think this would have been a lot nicer if it'll work. You know, 80% as good as the bigger one. It is smaller. It's going to have probably not be quite as strong. Doesn't have all the features the other one has. We'll walk through that here in a minute, and we'll give it a test to see if it works. And every little bit counts when you're packed floor to ceiling. So let's give this one a try. We'll see how it works. Just like with the other one thing I'll say about ETENWOLF, their packaging is really nice. It really adds a lot of, for me, I said this in the last one, this adds a whole lot of confidence for me. Somebody's got a loud truck over there. You know, it's not the be-all end-all. Doesn't mean it's going to be good just because it's in a pretty box, but it does add some confidence, or it doesn't do the opposite, where if it's in a junk package, you kind of wonder, you know. All right, nice little bag comes in. Got your manual, documentation. Looks like all of your attachments and charging cord, stuff like that, are in a little baggie, in a little pouch off to the side. Yep, need the baggie. That stuff sits in this nice little pouch right here on the inside. So you can use this as just a general, like, it's got the lever that clamps on, or you can use this, usually has a threaded for a straighter valve. Backside has the other fittings like the needle and high pressure tube. Does it come charged? Let's turn it on. Yep, just like the bigger one, it has different modes. You can set it for a car, for a bicycle, for like a recreational ball like basketball or volleyball, something like that, and it changes its volume or how much pressure it outputs before it gets there. So if you have something like a basketball that needs 8.5 pounds, well, if you want to put out the same volume of air at the same speed, because you're going to get, it's good, the pressure is going to change too fast. So when you set it to stop at 8.5, it'll, you know, try to stop at 8.5, but the motor's still running for a little bit when it says, oh, we're good, kick off. And I've done that with some of the other inflators I have that don't have that regulation between the different modes. And it'll go, well, I'll say do it at 8.5, and it'll end up doing all the way to 9.5 or 10. And then you got to deflate a little bit, and now you're down to 7. Then you want to get back up, and you just kind of cycle back and forth. So this just puts air out at a slower pace, at a slower volume, so it can be a little more precise with that 8.5 psi. And then likewise with the larger pressures, it pushes air a lot faster because it can take it and saves you some time. Just like, see, this one says it has a light. Oh, there it is. Yep. Not very bright, but a little bit. In the dark, it would help. It's got different brightnesses. Got the SOS. There's to the flashing part, but. And plus and minus, change your set pressure. Unit changes from PSI to KPA. Bars typically be at PSI. And then let's give it a whirl. See how it works. We'll do it on the actual trailer here, because these can be a little bit higher pressure, and sometimes too much for these little inflators. What are we looking for PSI wise here? I think these run about 50 PSI. Max single load
50 psi.
So the other thing, it actually acts as a gauge. So it says we're at 58.5. So we're a little overinflated here. So let's run some pressure down. Put this on. I'm gonna release some air here. Let's get down to about 35 pounds. Actually, let's do 40 because I'm impatient. All right, about 40 psi. Let's bring this up to 50. There we go. Let's let this go for a minute, see how long it takes. But obviously it's not quite as fast. It's going to have the same level of power as the bigger inflator has. That's a sacrifice of going with a small form factor. But it's going. All right, 50 pounds, so I did it. That actually wasn't bad. That was pretty quick for a little inflator. That's pretty fast. That's pretty slick, I like it. A couple of the other differences here. So obviously, size. This is a bigger one. Battery life is gonna be very different. This has already dropped 1 bar on the battery, so it's gonna be smaller. Obviously, it's gonna have a smaller battery in it. It's not gonna last quite as long. It also won't take as long to charge, however. This also has the low pressure inflator for like rafts or airbeds or whatever that this doesn't have, just because it just won't fit on there. But otherwise, this one has a light as well. It's a slightly bigger light. Let's kick that on here. So, a little bigger, a little brighter. But again, that's all a result of the form factor. This one runs about $100. There's been some on again, off again coupons and discounts available for this, but generally it runs about $99.95. This one runs just under 50. It's like $49.95. So about half the price. It's about half the size. And I think for me, I would use that one way more often than I would use this one, especially on the road. This one would be nice to have at home because that's where I'm likely to use this piece. On the road, in the car, that one's far more likely. Now, if you're somebody who does like regularly going to the beach or, you know, whatever, you're taking rafts in your car to a pool party or something, you want something like this maybe, or maybe a small one like that that's just for rafts that plugs into your 12 volt. For just regular over the road, just keeping your car, keep tires inflated if you need to, check them periodically. That is a much better form factor. And so I said then, this is my new favorite inflator, and I'm going to keep this in my truck. And I'm now taking this out of my truck and putting that one in because it fits better. And now I have room for other stuff. Short and sweet, really. Like, there's not much to these things. Inflators are pretty simple. They're all kind of about the same. Just like the other one, this one charges with USB-C, which I like because everything I have is USB-C these days. I've had some other small inflators that I keep. I had one that I got for my kids, put in their little tool bag. I like this one even better than that one. It's about the same size, form factor wise, but way faster. Battery lasts way longer than that other small one I had. So yeah, this will be my new one. In fact, I may buy a couple more and give them to the fam to keep around. Hose storage on the back, I just wind it up. Just curls up on the back. Everything stays pretty self-contained. One critique is in the bag is the little pocket where you throw this little stuff in your cord. It's a mesh pocket, and these little pieces catch. So when I opened the package and I took that little baggie out and to put these down inside that pocket, I had a hard time getting this piece out. It was kind of annoying. It's a small critique though. That's sort of nitpicky. What do you guys think? Small one? Big one? Let me know. Comment down below. I'll put a link down below to this one and this one. You can have whichever one you want. That's all for today. Thanks guys for watching. Appreciate you very much. We'll see you next time.